Every fan of Naruto has been waiting for this exact moment. The moment when Naruto and Sasuke finally clash in their final battle. We all knew it was coming. We all have waited through months and years of filler, bullshit filler, to finally see this moment. And let's get real, Naruto isn't what it used to be. But personally, I have stuck through the bullshit just to arrive at this exact moment. The moment where Naruto and Sasuke finally settled the differences. And I've got to say, well done. The art and animation was superb. I was worried that the game would do it better than the anime, but oh, thank goodness I was so wrong. The anime did the manga justice. They did this fight that has been awaited for about a decade. They did it right. They knew how to please their fans. The goal that they implemented within these episodes, the blood, the tooth being taken out, the fatigue that these two characters have been suffering. Every facial animation, every little detail was just perfect. This animation was just top notch. That's all I've got to say. It made me feel their pain. It made me feel their fatigue. It made me feel their emotions. So these two episodes were just fantastic. They brought on the nostalgia. They brought on the feels. Now this episode had several parts. We first start off with taijutsu in it. So you gotta remember that these two are fatigued as hell already from the war that just occurred. They went to defeat Kaguya, Madara. They basically went against two Sage of Six Paths. So not only have they been through an immense battle already, they have to do it again with one another. So obviously these two are coming at each other already tired as hell, and they barely have enough energy to even scrape. So we start off with a little taijutsu with utter silence, where we just get the beauty of them two fighting. I mean, that I really appreciated that. We got no distractions. We just saw straight on taijutsu fighting between Naruto and Sasuke, and we get to see that Sasuke clearly had the upper hand. He obviously has much more of a talent when it comes to taijutsu, especially when you consider the Sharingan. But then we get to the monstrous Godzilla type battles between Naruto vs Sasuke in Susanoo form, and Naruto has his Kurama Sage of Six Paths powers. The only moment that really struck with me was when Sasuke said he only creates those clones to cover his loneliness. That was such a blow that Sasuke made to Naruto, and it is kind of ironic because Naruto has always been such a loner. He has always been a character which has always been alone, and to have such an ability and Sasuke just say it like that, ooh, that was such a blow to give to Naruto. So obviously the fighting was amazing, even in Godzilla forms, where Sasuke Susanoo basically becomes the ghetto statue. That immense power was overwhelming. So they basically end with a draw, back to the floor, more taijutsu, but this is like the pinpoint of the limit. They were forcing out every little bit of their strength in order to fight one another, which shows just how much they're determined. Naruto wanted to bring Sasuke back, and how much Sasuke is determined to finally kill Naruto. And obviously we get Sasuke's backstory of his determination, why he wants to become a Hokage. He wants to become the darkness of the Shinobi world. He wants to control, and essentially he says, with the power of the Rinnegan, he can essentially do it forever. He can either be reincarnated or basically live forever. He basically plans this shit out. He wants to be the darkness of the Shinobi world forever and keep and maintain peace. Basically become the enemy. Basically become the Itachi of the world. So now that we got both of their resolves, now that we both got each of their meaning of Hokage, Sasuke wanting to be the enemy of mankind while maintaining peace, while Naruto wants to be acknowledged by everyone, to become their leader, to protect his close one. These two different ideas of Hokage finally clash out in what has got to be this anime's most amazing animation I've seen yet. The way Naruto and Sasuke was drawn as they clash with Rasengan and Chidori, as they show us how they went from young to old, having little flashbacks of when they were kids to when they were boys to when they were men. This brought on such nostalgia, but the one that really did it for me was the moment of Naruto's Rasengan, where every one of Naruto's bonds helps him create a Rasengan, was just so emotional, where you finally see how many people Naruto has bonded with, how many people have helped him throughout his journey, and has led him to this point in time, and it basically symbolizes how his friends are essentially his power. So Kurama gives Naruto all of his energy. Naruto and Sasuke have their final clash, Rasengan vs Chidori, and that's when it ends scene, and ends with the caption Naruto vs Sasuke. What a perfect way to have the fight between Naruto and Sasuke occur. You don't understand. This has been on my mind for about a year now. Ever since the manga ended, I was always nervous about how they would handle the final fight, because up till now, the anime has been so shitty, and the fact that the game had completed the manga before the anime was just utterly ridiculous. So I was hoping that when this final fight occurs, they will go all out and just, oh my god, thank you, the animators of Naruto. You have done a splendid job. I mean, this episode 10 out of 10. This moment is everything that a Naruto fan has dreamed of. Every filler episode that we had to withstand was not okay. Maybe not worth it. It was not worth it to withstand all those filler episodes. But finally, we got the epic conclusion to Naruto versus Sasuke. Something that I have been waiting for years, and to finally see it in animation was just a treat. It was really a treat for me, and I personally cannot wait to see how this anime ends. I mean, I'm getting a bit emotional just talking about it right now. Years of my life has been spent watching Naruto. You finally see it coming to an end. It brings a tear to my eye. So until we see the conclusion of this epic battle, this is the Salamander signing out.